everybody, Crafting Journey here, that Journey Chick on Instagram. Welcome everybody to another edition of Crafting and Crime Daily. Welcome. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button on your way in or out. He's been drinking coffee all morning. He's in the bathroom right now, so he'll be back, but hit him when he comes back. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the content, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of Crafting and Crime. Especially today, we're expecting a verdict anytime now in the Kyle Rittenhouse case. What I have done is I have set up in StreamYard a live. I keep moving the time as the jury deliberates in anticipation that they will come back. When they come back, I'll be able to just press the live button and bring you, I'll share my screen with you and we'll bring you the verdict live. So that's why you see that live thumbnail up there and why the time keeps moving. Because yesterday they delivered for over 8 hours. The judge brought them back in around between 5:30 and 6 o'clock Central Time, maybe closer to 6 o'clock, and asked them if they wanted to continue deliberating. They said, nope, we want to go home. He was going to let them deliberate to 9 o'clock that night. And they said, no, we would like to go home. We'll come back tomorrow. So, yeah, it continues. So let's do the planner. How about that? Yep, got plenty of work to do. I'm working from home again today. How are you guys? I hope you're all doing well. Oh, my goodness. Yes, it's a fine day here in Wichita. We went up into the 70s yesterday, today down into, I don't know, 30s, 40s. This was a nice breeze blowing, just enough to make it really cold. Yeah, but I got plenty of hats. So I was trying to figure out my next project. I finished this, this hat. Here, I just have to put that's why the string is hanging, because I need to put, it's a stocking cap. I need to put what do they call those things? Pom-poms at the end. I have to make a pom-pom. So today because I have only made one in my crocheting career. You don't crochet it, but yeah, I'm going to make it. So, yeah. Y'all want to see what it looks like? Okay, here. Don't make fun of my hair. It's a mess today. Okay. Well, just keep in mind, yes, it has a string. So I can put the pom-pom on it. Here we go. Oop. See? It's a stocking cap. Yep. I could leave it on for now. Yeah. I love. See how cute? It's going to be really cute when I put the pom-pom on the end. So, yeah. Should I wear it? I love the colors. Did I say that? And I found out I have another skein of this. I can make a scarf to go with it. It's a bit much, though, don't you think? Yeah. Okay, now let's take it off. I want to finish the pom-pom first. Oh, my word. My hair is just lovely today. It's beautiful today. Now, this is a bag-a-day crochet hat. I crocheted it. It was a bag-a-day pattern. Got my coffee. This says, there's nothing better than a good friend, except a good friend with chocolate. Yesterday, my sister and I went to the candy store, the Nifty Nut House. She's like, let's go on a Tuesday. Maybe it won't be so crowded. Guess what? We went about 11:30. It was they had a pretty good business going there. I tell you, they were training new people, the seasonal help. But there were a lot of customers. That parking lot was full. And it's not even Thanksgiving yet. And they had all the Christmas stuff out. My sister was like, what? Even I love that store. Because they added a bunch of new stuff. And $50 later and a few things of chocolate. Yeah, we're set for the season. Let's just say that. Okay. Oh my God, I got some of my favorites. Dark chocolate covered toffee. She got dark chocolate covered pretzels. Um, Malted milk balls, dark chocolate malted milk, and they're the big ones, the big ones. Yeah, they're good. What else? Ooh, circus peanuts, but in different flavors. I love circus peanuts. Oh, moon pies. Ah, they had double decker moon pies. Yeah, 'tis the season. Yeah. All right. I better get off that subject. Okay. So what happened yesterday? Okay, today's national day is butter. We're going to celebrate butter today. Yummy. And for the this day in history, we're going to talk about the murder of Barbara Bakeland. And I actually learned how to spell that. Bakeland. Got it spelled. Today is Wednesday, the 17th of November. Next week, we got 1 week until Thanksgiving. What are y'all doing for Thanksgiving? I've actually started to as I was going through the stickers last week, I put down, Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday. Although everybody's doing Black Friday ahead of Black Friday because they want to beat the competition. Which reminds me, my Michaels order should be coming anytime soon. With the, I ordered a little Christmas tree for in here with the gnome ribbon and to go around the tree. And one more thing. Oh, you, I think you might notice I have a gnome pillow back here on my little settee, the couch. Um, I got a Christmas gnome pillow. Yeah, I love my gnomes. Anyway, I digress. Okay, let's put this aside. All right, put the thing aside. Now, diamond painting yesterday. I finished all this section. Woohoo! Now, I'm working up in, let me see if I can show you. Man, you guys haven't seen this one for a while. I don't want to disturb the microphone because it's very sensitive. But we'll see if we can do this. All right, here is where we are at with this. So, yeah, yesterday I finished, no, over on this side. Yeah, right here. So now I've opened up this area here. So yeah, look at what I have left. It's a lot, but look what I've done. And then I need to fill in a little bit of the gaps that are in here in the middle. But it looks gorgeous, but boy, there's a lot of gapping. Don't look too closely at this painting. Lots of gapping. But, from a distance, it looks really, really beautiful. There's an Alice under here, I promise you. We're going to get to Alice. Yes, we will. Actually, I think I'm going to leave it this way. That way I can, because I'm working on some of this area here, and it's a little hard to reach from the sides. So I think I will leave it like that. Bring the microphone back. There's my drills. Now let's put that back there. There we go. Now, more coffee. Yes, it's early. Let's talk about National Butter Day. Because, my goodness, did you know that the average American eats over 6 pounds of butter a year? Me, probably more. It's my favorite food. But and I put butter on everything. I love butter. Carbs and butter. Is butter a carb? No, butter's a fat. Okay. Well, I eat my fair share, which is like 6 pounds is like 25 sticks of butter a year. And I gotta say, I probably go through more than that because I put butter on I have toast a lot for breakfast. And I like butter on my toast. I like to bake cookies with butter. Everything tastes better with butter. They even suggested, this article that I read, that you put butter in hot drinks like your coffee. Now, I never thought of that, and I wish I hadn't seen that, because like now I want to try it. It gives it like a creamy taste, but I think I should avoid that. I gotta save my heart. Yeah. Anyway, let's put the light pad on so we can see what we're doing. We need a tray. I forgot to put the little flower back on my planner. Anyway, we'll just put it right there. I hope you guys are watching the kitty cat shorts, the crafty cat shorts that I'm doing. Yesterday, it was particularly funny. They were fighting over this little, one of those little baskets that I have, and Stitch loves to lay in it up on top of the yarn. And when I'm in here, he'll lay in there and take a little nap. Well, yesterday, Pearl discovers it. She's like, hey, this is pretty cool. I like it here. So she was sleeping. Here comes Stitch. And he's like, oh, no, that's mine. So he gets in and he just lays on top of her. So she's trying to get out from underneath of him, and she just like falls off the ledge. So I have now put, oh man, does my shoulder hurt today? Ow. So I have now put two baskets up here. One for Stitch, one for Pearl. So yesterday afternoon, while I was diamond painting and waiting for the verdict and listening to the other trial, they were both napping in their little baskets. Super cute. Okay. I can't find this Y. There's a Y here, an upside down Y, and for some reason, I can't find it. It'll turn up. If not, I probably have that color somewhere else. So, enjoy your butter. You know, I always thought, well, you know, I can enjoy these alternatives to butter, not margarine, but I can't believe it's not butter. I bought that, and it's okay. It tastes fine, but it doesn't taste like real butter. And then you look on the packaging, and the packaging it's the same amount of calories. So what the heck? I'm just going to have my butter. If you know. I'm not saving any calories by eating this fake stuff, so I might as well have the real stuff. And that's how I feel about that, yeah. What is in this wax? You know when your wax gets dirty and, yeah, anyway. Okay, enough about butter. I'm getting all these texts. Let's talk about crafting and crime, what you came here for. So, I've already mentioned the Kyle Rittenhouse case. We are waiting for a verdict. I will bring that to you live when it happens, to the best of my ability. To the extent that we have notice that they're coming back with a verdict, the judge has told the people in the gallery and the attorneys and the defendant that to be within 10 minutes notice. You know, they can't be farther than 10 minutes away in case the jury has a question or a verdict. Now, yesterday, they had no questions. I put up a community post that it was quite confusing, and because it's a poll, it had to add up to 100%, which this verdict does not add up to 100%. So I changed it up a bit. It's still not, it doesn't reflect the actual verdict, what I've put in the community poll, but it's close enough. Guilty, not guilty. There's two major charges: intentional homicide of the first person, or the second person that he murdered, and reckless homicide of the first person that he murdered, the one that threw the bag at him. The intentional homicide is for the skateboard guy that went at him with the skateboard. Then he has a third charge of attempted intentional homicide for the third guy who he shot in the bicep because he had a gun that was coming. He was bringing the gun down towards him, according to Kyle. Now, an interesting thing did happen in the courtroom yesterday. A few interesting things. When they went to... Am I done with this color? There wasn't much of it. I think I am. When they went to pick the jury, they had 18 members of the jury. They only needed 12, so they were going to excuse 6 of the jurors. They put all of the numbers of the jurors into this, like this bingo thing, this rolling metal, I don't know, there's a name for it, basket or whatever. And the clerk did all this. And then she walked it over to Kyle Rittenhouse and allowed him to pick out the 6 numbers of the jurors that would be excused. Now, I had never seen this before. A lot of people had never seen this before. And the judge later on during the day, because he had gotten a lot of questions about it from the media, explained that he says, I've been doing this in my courtroom for 20 years. I like it. I think it's only fair. This is the defendant's case that he be the one to pick the jurors that are going to be excused. Okay. I like that idea too. If I was a judge, I might adopt that little practice. Anyway, later on in the day, while we're waiting for the verdict, I already knew because I'm in the chat all day. There's a verdict watch chat going on, and I'm in the chat. I don't pay much attention to it because there's a lot of nutbags in this chat. There's a moderator. So the moderator comes over and she says, the judge is bringing the jury back to see if they want to stay late. So I knew they were not coming back with a verdict. So all of a sudden, about 5:15-ish, 5:20, 5:30, something like that, the microphone in the courtroom comes on. And you hear the judge, and he's playing Jeopardy with whoever was there. There was probably some media sitting in the gallery. There might have been some attorneys there because they were gathering to bring the jury back. And he's playing Jeopardy with them, and he's asking the questions, and they're shouting out the answers. He gives the category, and he's giving the question. And it was very funny. So now the people in the chat are like shouting out the answers to the Jeopardy questions. It was very funny. It went on for maybe, 5 minutes or so before I guess the media realized, oh my gosh, the microphone is on. Isn't that judge going to be thrilled that he was caught nationally playing Jeopardy? Anyway, so about 15 minutes after that, then they bring the jury in and he asks him, do you guys want to stay late? You can stay till 9 o'clock. And he's like, show of hands who wants to stay until 9 o'clock. I don't think anybody raised their hand. You can't see them, but from his comments, you could tell that if they did raise their hand, they were in the minority. He's like, okay, you guys can come back tomorrow. So they are due back today at 9 a.m., where they will commence deliberations. Now, I have set my live stream for 11:45. Now, if it gets close to 11:45 and we don't have any indication that the jury is returning with a verdict, I'm going to move that time forward. I will keep doing that with the thumbnail. You'll see that the time will be kept moving forward until I feel like we're getting close to the verdict. Then I will leave the time and I can press live when we have a verdict. So do make sure that you've hit the notification bell for all notifications so you get notified when I go live and you can take part in the reading of the verdict. That's always the exciting part for me. Yeah. Because honest to God, I have no clue how this is going to turn out. In all of the polls, I'm doing a community poll. It is pretty split. Most of the community polls I do on the trials that I cover is pretty unanimous guilty. This case is very split. It is like a lot of people feel not guilty. A lot of people feel guilty. If you want my personal opinion, I'm going with hung jury just because of what I just told you. So many people are split and they are firmly split. They are firmly in one camp or the other camp. And I've got to believe that the jury is going to be the same way. I anticipate they're going to come back sometime today and say, we cannot reach a decision because it has to be unanimous. All 12 jurors have to agree on this verdict, every single count. I'm going to say it's a good bet that they're going to say, we're hung. And what happens when that takes place is the judge has to give them an instruction. And it usually involves going back to the jury room, allowing each member of the jury to speak, express their opinion, why they feel that way, go around the room, make sure everyone gets a chance to speak, see if you can work this out. Basically, like, give it the old college try. And he sends them back. So, and then if they're really hung, they'll come back, sometime later and say, no, we just can't reach a decision. In my career, hung juries are very rare in any attorney's career. I had 3 in my legal career, 3 hung juries. And that's to my credit, because when a jury is hung, the prosecution, they have to start from scratch, a whole new trial. I did civil law, and to do a whole new trial is very expensive for a plaintiff attorney, because they take these cases on a contingency basis. They don't get paid until everything's over with and settled. So now they got to do a whole new trial. And what usually happens is now they're like, how much, can I get to settle this thing? So yeah, I've had quite a few hung juries, and I consider that a win on my part. Now, in the criminal world, not so much. But I did discover yesterday, Kyle Rittenhouse is out on bail. Someone, we don't know who, there's some conjecture about who put up the bond, who posted the bond, $2 million, so that he could be at home with his mother. But he is at home with his mother. He is not in jail. Now, on to the other trial. The trial of the 3 Stooges. No, that's what I call it. The Ahmaud Arbery case. So yesterday, we get to hear from the medical examiner. Very interesting testimony. But I got to say, just as an aside, this man was so old. Oh, my word. Cognitively, like, he's all there. But, I think he had retired, and then he got bored and he decided, I'm coming back. So he came back, and guess what? He gets this case. So remember I said there were 3 gunshots. We hear 3 gunshots on the video. Now he does his autopsy, and we see some of the autopsy photos. Not all of them are shown to us at home. The jury gets to see all of them. But one of the photos showed Ahmaud Arbery's clothing. I think I have, here's some more here. Clothing, including his Nike running shoes. And what we get to see is the bottom of his shoes, and they are really, really worn out. Yeah. Now, no one was allowed to comment about the state of the shoes. Apparently, there's been a ruling that there's not to be any comment about the fact that he's an avid runner. The prosecution wanted to bring on lay witnesses yesterday or the day before, to testify about how he's an avid runner. And the judge ruled that it had no relevancy here, whether or not he was an avid runner. So we could see the shoes, but no one was allowed to opine why these shoes were so worn. You just have to think in your mind, and the jury's smart. They'll figure it out. They'll those shoes are quite worn. Just like I did. My sneakers are not that worn. I can assure you, I'm not a runner. I used to be a runner, not anymore. Not unless somebody's chasing me, like poor Ahmaud Arbery. So, I found some more. I found some more. Here we go. So, as I suspected from the 3 shots, one was a total miss. The second shot that was fired completely missed Ahmaud Arbery. The first shot goes into his chest, right here. And it was the medical examiner's opinion because he had a wound, I don't remember which hand, right or left, um, that that grazed the thumb and went out the pinky side, but it severed his ulnar artery. Yeah. And the medical examiner had seen the frame by frame video that the prosecution had gotten from the video specialist. And they actually pointed out that uh, the point in time where this shot happens, and you can see the arterial spray from that artery coming out and going down to the ground. Quite gruesome. Um, but when they show it frame by frame, you can see this spurt of blood. So, what his opinion was that his hand was somewhere here, that blocking his chest, so the bullet goes through somehow. I don't know. I don't. He demonstrated it, but he believed it was his opinion that the gunshot went through his hand and into his chest, causing all kinds of damage at that range. And there was some dispute about what the range was. The original opinion of this medical examiner was that it was 3 to 4 feet because he hadn't seen any of the video. And once he saw the video, and there was another expert that testified that it was probably inches, then he changed his opinion to 3 inches. And he said that it couldn't be any closer than 3 inches because his hand was there blocking. It couldn't have been any closer. So the bullet, that first bullet, it's pellets. I don't know a lot. I need to take a gun class, I guess, and learn about this stuff. But these pellets go into his chest, and they are just like everywhere, causing damage. The medical examiner said that this wound, there was nothing anyone could have done at this scene to save his life. This was the fatal wound. There was nothing the police, the EMTs, no one could have saved his life after that wound. Then there was a second wound. Now, Arbery is still standing up. He's not dead. There's this fight or flight. He's bleeding through. His ulnar's been severed. It's squirting blood out, and he's still upright when the third shot goes off and hits him in the brachial plexus area right here and goes out the back. And when it does, the medical examiner described the reaction. You can see Ahmaud Arbery's, and there was something he called it, the poor man's, the beggar man's, the tip pose, I don't know, where his arm goes down like this because it hits all those brachial plexus nerves, and his arm goes backwards and up into the position like he's asking for a tip. And you can see that on the video. He says at this point, his whole arm is paralyzed, but it also severs another artery in here. Yeah. Yeah. So, and it's at that point that he goes to the ground. Now, he has all kinds of other injuries that the medical examiner's opinion came from when he hit the pavement. He said it's from a free fall because he had no control at this point. He was dead when he hit that pavement, or very close to it. So he had like some scrapes and cuts and things like that from hitting the road. Oh, so terrible. Horrible way to die. Let me just say that. Horrible way to die. Now, following the medical examiner's case, there were a couple of minor witnesses that were put on from the Georgia Bureau of Investigation just to kind of get the rest of the evidence into the trial. They have to make sure that all the evidence is in through some witness. And this last witness was a Georgia Bureau of Investigation. She had taken possession of the clothing of Travis McMichael, the shooter, and taken that back to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. So following this testimony, the prosecution rests their case. So this morning, we're going to find out this morning if the defendants are going to testify. Now, we did hear from a defendant yesterday. Again, the same attorney for the third defendant, the one that took the video, he renews his motion for a speedy trial, which I have absolutely no clue. They're in trial. What do you mean a speedy trial? They're already in trial. So I don't know if the judge granted the motion, what effect that would have. I don't know if he's just trying to make a record, but he had his client testify to the conditions at the jail. Oh, the kittens are both in their basket. It's so cute. I'll take a picture, put it right here. They're getting along. They're going to share the basket today. So we find out through this defendant how horrible it is at the jail. For his own protection, he's basically in solitary confinement 23 hours a day. He only leaves his cell like an hour a day. He has a television in his cell, but he's not allowed to change the channel. He doesn't have a remote control. He has his own toilet. The meals are brought to him. It's like, and that's his conditions 24/7, pretty much 23/7. Pretty oppressive. He has no visitors, but it's hard to feel sorry for this man. He chased the guy down with a vehicle, which I might add, the medical examiner did testify that there have been many cases that he's had where a vehicle was used as a deadly weapon, and he's had to do the autopsies on these people injured by these vehicles, pedestrians and vehicles. Yes, so hard to feel sorry for this guy. Like, what did you go after him for? I know, I'm too biased, aren't I? I'm so sorry. I'd make a terrible judge. Okay, so exciting day. We're going to either get a verdict, today or not, or a hung jury. I don't know. Don't forget to participate in the community poll. If you just hit the community tab, or you just go to my page and scroll, and you should find it. And let's talk about this day in history. Yeah. What happened this day in history? Well, as it so happens, in 1972, wealthy socialite Barbara Bakeland, and it's spelled Baekland, she's a wealthy heiress, part of the Bakelite family. This is the family that basically invented plastic. They were the first family to come up with plastic, and the grandfather in the family. So she marries into the family, very wealthy. Her and her husband, they have a son who's gay. She can't accept this. She and her son have this very contentious relationship. Her husband divorces her, but she's still kept in style. She lives in a flat in London, very wealthy. Her son is 25 years old. Well, on this day in history, November 17th, 1972, he stabs her. So there's a lot of rumors that she was trying to convert him from being gay by having sex with him herself. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. Nobody actually knows if that's true or not. Some people feel like it's just something she would say for its shock value. But other people said she would bring prostitutes in and, just to try to convert him. But they were always arguing, and to the point where there was one point where he pushed her in front of a vehicle. Well, that didn't work. So they get into this argument that night, November 17th. She runs into the kitchen. He runs after her, grabs a knife, and he stabs her. So when the police get there, he calls, the police are called. The police arrive. He's sitting in the kitchen ordering Chinese food. Like, yeah, there she is. Take her. Anyway, he's crazy. So they put him in a mental institution. And unfortunately, there's like this paperwork snafu. He's there for a number of years, but due to it's like this paperwork snafu, they let him go. So he moves in with his grandmother in New York, ends up murdering her. Then he goes to Rikers Island. No fluff now. You're not in a fancy mental institution. You're going to Rikers. So they find him in his cell one day, suffocated. He had put ironically, he had put a plastic bag over his head and suffocated himself and killed himself with plastic. Oh my God. Yeah. All right. That's the show for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content. Don't forget the like button. He's still, he's had way too much coffee. He's still in the bathroom. 40 minutes later, still there. Hopefully you'll come back. Don't forget to subscribe if you made it all the way through. Congratulations. This is the show. Please subscribe and don't forget the notification bell so you don't miss the reading of the verdict or any of the episodes. They are all playlisted and the episodes are all numbered. So have a great Wednesday. Oh my gosh, today is Craft With Me Wednesday. Yes. Okay, I'll be live at 6 p.m. Central for sure. And I haven't even thought about the show, but maybe we'll do some crochet. I would love to start a dog sweater. Maybe we'll do that. Take care. I'll see you then. Bye, everybody.